What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Chris, aka Richie Rich, reporting to you live from the port of Miami, as my daddy called it. Today is literally our last day. Like, when I say it is our last day, I mean we literally finna be on our way to the airport to head back to the city. But I wanted to just come on here and do a little quick long form video because all of the clips that I've gotten have been for like my short form vlogs and stuff like that. So if you want to catch up on any of that, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and I also post it here on YouTube Shorts. But I was like, bro, I haven't done any like actual YouTube videos while I was here, so I thought I would stop by and do kind of like a life lessons or like life update video. The title of this video is going to be presence and gratitude in times of uncertainty. Now, before I get into it, one little quick update right now. I'm recording to y'all, recording this video off of my new iPhone. Y'all, why did my 13 Max Pro get the white screen of death the other night? I was out with one of my homeboys that lives here. We was finna go get food. Before you know it, my whole phone is white, and I was tweaking about it. But honestly, it was a blessing in disguise because this new camera, or the phone, the camera on this new phone is amazing. Like, y'all are seeing this video like horizontal like this, right? But I'm recording it straight up and down. When I tell y'all I'm gonna be vlogging so much, because not only is the camera like super good quality, and I was looking into getting another camera like for my vlogs and everything, being that my big camera, I have like a really tight angle lens. But when I was looking at DJIs and like Extra Muses and all of them cameras, like I didn't like the fact that they were not like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like the fact that they were like so zoomed in. Like this is still, it feels like a actual DSLR. So I'm loving that. So get ready for the vlogs. They finna be cranking back to back. Now, to the point of this video, the theme of this trip has been presence and gratitude in times of uncertainty. Now, before we came on this trip, when I tell y'all I had like a little, I guess you could call it like an anxiety attack, right? A couple of nights before the trip. Like, I am a person who has done a lot of mind reprogramming and different things like that. So and I've cultivated a lot of like wellness practices and all of the things, right? So with that being said, my nervous system is not used to the feeling of anxiety anymore. And I think over the day that this happened, it was something, and we'll get into what it is. I kept checking the 3D, and just like putting so much time and energy into like receiving an email that was never gonna come, because I was told I'm not even gonna get an email. It's gonna be a text or a phone call. And I drove myself crazy. And there was some other stuff that was going on that I'm not gonna really bring on the internet. And then also me just like kind of questioning my creator career and all of that. This is something that I've been doing since I was 10 years old. Really, I've been doing it consistently in the past 10 months. Like, we're doing TikTok and Instagram reels and like all of that kind of stuff. But this is something I've been doing for a very long time and that I've wanted for a very long time. So I don't know, my brain was just all over the place. And then, as you guys know, if you watched about 2 videos ago, I said that I was given an interview, or I was extended an interview for American Airlines, and I really want the job. So I've been like tweaking out about that. That was the email that I was talking about. So let me kind of frame everything correctly for you. Let's talk about the creator career first, right? It's like the platform that I first saw pretty good growth on was TikTok. Now, let's just talk about this. When I first started really getting consistent with making my content, I was at 2,000 followers between all of my platforms. And now I'm at about 50,000 between all of my platforms. And so when I think about it, I've come a really long way. Now that I've taken that time, keyword presence. Now that I've taken the time to be present and actually be grateful for what I have, I've come a long way in a very short amount of time. Like, I never thought that I would be able to have 50,000 on my, well, I've always thought it, but it's crazy how quickly it's kind of come. It's like, whoa, in 10 months, it hadn't even been a year yet. And I've been sticking with it. I'm getting better and better at it. I'm getting better with my consistency, all of the things. Now, y'all know here in Miami, there's all of these nice hotels and these nice apartments and condos and stuff. And the new ones that haven't been finished being built yet, they have these signs on the outside of them that are like, coming in 2028 or coming in 2029, but they've already started building the structures. And something clicked in my head, and it was like, bruh, like I'm building it day by day, brick by brick. Like the whole building isn't gonna appear overnight. And so being that I've had that realization, and I kind of had that, and now this something that I love about travel, the way it expands your consciousness to be able to like receive downloads and receive analogies like what I just said, right? So it just kind of like clicked in my head, like, bro, you're building the structure, you're building the big building every day. And so, I know that this is kind of a side note. I know I'm kind of getting off, but I know that YouTube is where I really want to focus my time and energy into. Now that I've had this vacation, I've been able to just kind of recalibrate. And, I've seen the most growth on TikTok, but TikTok growth is very fleeting. You can go viral, gain a whole bunch of followers, and then you're following videos. If you don't stick to that exact same niche, then you don't get as many likes, or you don't get as many views, or you don't get as many comments or whatever. And it's just something that I've come to accept, being a multifaceted creator. Like I'm not gonna just like make my content rigid or focus on one thing or just show one aspect of me, which is usually on TikTok what is going viral, me being funny. So I don't know, I just had a big major realization around that, and that was the first start of me with the gratitude and the being present in a time of uncertainty. Because it's like, I don't have the actual proof in real life that, oh, I could have over 100,000 followers by the end of the year, but I feel the certainty is within. My awareness is creating the certainty. My consistency, my discipline is creating that certainty. So moving along with that, the next thing is this job and wanting to work at American Airlines. I think this has been the thing that has been like kind of really getting to me, because I love to travel. This is something outside of me, like liking to do travel content and stuff like that. I just like to travel. I feel like I'm a person that thrives on forward motion and thrives on expansion. And I feel like anytime that I go on vacation, anytime I step foot in the airport, or I get on a plane and I'm up in the sky, and then I land in a different state in the United States, or I land in a different country outside of the country, I feel like my consciousness is expanded like rapidly. Like my consciousness is expanding all the time because I give myself room to do so at home through my different routines. But I feel like with travel, it's just on a different level. And so, I got the email, I went and did the interview. And when I worked for American Airlines before, it worked a little bit different. Like I went to a group interview, and so we were kind of like half of us got hired on the spot, half of us didn't get hired at all. With this, I had a one-on-one interview, and she said that she was gonna still be conducting interviews, right? So I'm like, I sent the follow-up email, and I'm the type of person, like, if you tell me interviews are gonna wrap up on a Thursday, I'm expecting to hear back from you on Friday, right? So damn near a whole week had passed by since that Friday that she said that the interviews were gonna wrap up. We go to the airport to get ready to head to Miami. I see her over at the American Airlines counter. I approach. As a manifesting generator, and if you don't know what that is, look up your human design chart. I've talked about this before in I think the vlog that I posted, the Shroom vlog. But being a manifesting generator, it's like a great way that I see things out is through using my voice, using my throat chakra. And I went up to that lady and I was just like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity. What did I say? Hold on. I was like, I'm about to get ready to go on a trip, but I just wanted to follow up with you. I'm so grateful that you extended that interview to me, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm still very interested in the job. And she was like, well, you probably heard, because I had said something about, I remember you saying that the interviews wrapped up on Thursday or last Thursday. And she said, well, they're actually wrapping up today because I still have one last interview, and I will give you a call or text you on Monday. And so I was just like, this whole time I let myself go into a spiral, and she wasn't even done interviewing the people. Mind you, she reminded me, she said call or text, not email. So every day I'm sitting there refreshing my email, looking through my email, and it's like I didn't spend 3 hours in a day of worrying. And I remember my my old pastor, and when I say my old pastor, he passed away. That's why he's my old pastor, but I still go to the same church. But he used to always say that worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you're not making any forward motion. You're not going anywhere. And so now that I'm on vacation and I done woosah and I done got to relax, I just looked over the last couple of weeks. Even during the time of uncertainty, I remained present. I didn't stop making my videos. I didn't stop, hanging out with my friends and stuff, which even that's a whole thing within itself. It's like, I love my friends. I love hanging out with my friends, but I would much rather be on a solo trip. You feel me? And so when I get home, I think my boundaries, I already have pretty strong boundaries in terms of I don't want to hang out every day. Like, I'm not with all of that talking on the phone every day, all of that kind of stuff. But I think it's about to be even more, a little bit more stricter, because I just know what I desire out of life, which is this balcony I'm sitting on right now, this view that I got right now. I could do this by myself and be perfectly cool. Like, I seriously, I'm an only child. I'm an Aries. I have a very independent streak in me. However, being with my cousin and being with my friends and stuff and going out with them, making my content still, sticking to my wellness routines and stuff, that has all played a big part in me, like, not losing my mind in the time of uncertainty. And I think the day that I was finna lose it, I didn't do any of this. I didn't do my wellness routines. I wasn't focused on my videos and stuff, because I felt like the only way that I'm gonna get the outcome that I want of being able to travel frequently and stuff like that is if I get this job. But when I take a step back, and once again, here goes presence and gratitude. Gratitude and presence lets you scale backwards and see how far you come, right? It lets you look. If you're on the mountain, right? If you don't walked up the mountain, it lets you look back down and be like, whoa, I came a long damn way. In April, for my birthday, and I talked about this in another video, but I went to New York and Jamaica all in the span of like 3 weeks, literally. Like, I went to Jamaica like March 29th or March 30th, something like that. Woke up in Jamaica on my 23rd birthday on April 1st, and then by April 20th, I was on my way to New York. So it's like, it's possible with or without American Airlines. Me and God, we got this. I don't have to have that job. Now, would it make life a lot easier because I don't have to pay for plane tickets and things like that? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, and what life has taught me is that it usually is going to work out. It usually works out in my favor every time. And I think that what has given me the awareness to realize that is being present and being grateful in the times of uncertainty. Now, I know I just kind of like made this. I had to give you a personal example of my life so that you can see how I apply that to my life. But yeah, just try to remember that. Try to stay in times of uncertainty, and especially with what we have going on right now with who we got in office, with, just bills, with the job market not being the best and all of that kind of stuff, is to stay optimistic and stay certain. Because if you don't, and you start letting those pessimistic thoughts take over, and you start letting anxiety, and you start just like, if you're not current and you're not present and you're thinking about everything that you don't have, you'll never be able to enjoy what you do have. And fulfillment and real true success is not based off of being in the final end goal. It's the journey that leads up to it. So just remember that. I'm about to get ready to go put up the rest of my stuff. I have had a blast in Miami. Make sure you check out all of my short form content. And of course, I'll be back with a vlog real soon.